Hi everyone. Okay, we're nearly there. And I know these last 2 days are going to be tough, but bear with me. So you're going to come up to kneeling, set the knees a hip width apart, bring your right arm up toward the ceiling, and then as you exhale, take a side bend. So this is kind of like a half crescent moon, like we finished yesterday's class with. So just check for me, there's no twist with the pelvis, you're not bringing that right hip round with you. And then bring the left arm up and back down. Do you remember when we did this a couple of days ago? I wanted you to really frame your head. So can you think about the position of your head? Notice if it's falling forward or back, whether it's tipping more to one arm or the other arm. See if you can center it. Then hold at the top, interlace the fingers, and then exhale and side bend a little bit more. Watch for whether you're doing this and pushing your hip out. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to really pull your ribs away from your pelvis. And if you're feeling it in your lower back, then can you play with dropping the front ribs back and down and just making sure that you're not twisting the right ribs too far back. Come up and out of it, change. Take your left arm, reach it up and over. Pause there and now let the right arm come up and back down. So same thing, try to think about where your head is relative to your arms. Then this time when you interlace the fingers, hold, deepen into the side bend, but check that there's no shift out to the side. Stay here, breathe, and if you can feel that you're pushing the front ribs forward, see if you can draw them back and in. Now come back to center, separate, let the right arm come down, let the left one stay up. Now this time, you're going to side bend over to the right and see if you can let that right hand find the floor and extend your left leg out. Now on the right hand, I'm going to work on my fingertips to build some hand strength. You could work flat on your hand, or you may find that you need a book or a block to just help you out here. The most important things are not to push the ribs and arch into the back. So can you find me middle ground for your pelvis? Now let this straight leg lift and lower, lift and lower. So push out into the heel. Find the length through the leg. You've practiced this lying on your side on the floor. Last 3 and 2. Watch your head. Don't let it fall forward or back. Last 1. Okay, now anchor the foot down and see if you can bring yourself straight back up to the top. Hold here, interlace your fingers, go over, 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 and pull back up. Now as you go over, watch the small of your back. So if as you go over you're getting a lot of back tension, your side bend is coupling with the ribs pushing forward. Find a tuck of the tail and a pull in of the ribs. You can hear in my voice, this is my tight side for sure. And pull on up. Good job. All right, take your knee and tuck it back in. So from here, right arm comes up. And then that left hand ready to catch the floor as the right leg extends. Once you have that, we're really looking for a straight line. So watch this leg isn't collapsing out to the side. Then from here, top leg lifts and lowers. Push out into the heel and lowers. Remember, you can do whatever you need with the floor hand to make yourself comfortable. But the low back is what I really want you to watch for. If it's a tighter side and it's pushing the ribs forward, play with tucking the tail, reduce the range of motion in the leg. Last one here. All right, and then here's that tricky one. Can you pull up to the top and then reach the arms long, side bend over, but keep your leg where it is and pull back up. And again. And pull back up. And this might be another one where you want to push the ribs forward. So again, just watch for that. Keep the ribs pulled back, tail under. Last one. Good job. And then tuck that leg all the way in. Take a moment to sit back, swing the legs off to one side, and then bring them out in front of you. Now today I'm going to add a twist onto the roll back. This is not great if you have low back issues. So we've done the roll up every single day. So you know you can hold on to the back of your legs, you can extend the arms forward, you can reduce the range of motion. All of those things are perfectly fine. All right, otherwise we're going to take both arms forward, take your heels, push them down and forward, and roll back towards the back of your pelvis. We're not going to go too far on this one. Interlace your fingers and take your hands to the back of your head. Now pull your heels towards you and come up. Now if you suddenly fell over or your legs flew up, this time go back with your hands behind your head. And then that way you'll find where you can go to. The heels will get lighter, but they shouldn't need to fly off the floor. When you've found your place, the rotation is only from your rib cage. Knees don't move, feet don't move, pelvis doesn't move. Center, turn to the other direction, center, and pull back up. That's a fun one, isn't it? And again, lengthen up, exhale, push with your heels back, come just behind your sit bones, it's enough, and then rotate the ribs. This is where you have to be able to sit back into that left bum cheek and not let the hips come with you. Come center, twist the other way. Come center and come up. Last two, push back. Did I just say that? I think I did. And then go again, rotate, center. I'm not known for my counting skills. Center and come on up. And last one, but I can count that this is the last one for sure. And then rotate, center, rotate, center, and pull back up. Okay, now turn onto all fours for me. And remember all the setup that we've done. So spreading the fingers out, shoulders over the elbows and wrists, knees directly underneath your hips. Now, here's one we haven't played with up till now. So I want you to really pay attention to your upper back not collapsing down, making sure you can really pull it out broad and wide. You're going to bend your elbows just a little tiny bit. And between your elbows, you're going to put a big pumpkin. You know how heavy those things are, right? So squeeze your elbows in and hold the weight of that pumpkin. Now, see how I haven't moved my bum back, and I don't want you to do that either. Can you bend your elbows 2 inches more? And then can you squeeze them in on the pumpkin? Is there any leeway to go down more? If there isn't, straighten your arms. Otherwise, come 2 inches more, squeeze in, and now start to press back up to the top. So things to look for, you're going to bend the elbows a little and squeeze them in. Notice, are you already squeezing your shoulder blades together and dropping your head? You need to fix that before you go any further down. Maybe you just go in and out of this, straighten and bend. Come down 2 inches more. Now, might you be doing this and dropping your ribs and arching into your back? For you, find the tuck of the tail, the pull up of the ribs. Can you come down 2 inches more, squeeze in on that pumpkin, and straighten the arms back up? It's the most fun you can have. All right, we're going to go 2 more. If you're dead in the water, sit back on your heels and take a break. So 2-inch bend, squeeze in, shoulders broad, pelvis ideally would sit between the tuck and the tilt. Come down 2 inches more, squeeze in, check you're not sitting back to your heels. Come back 2 inches more, squeeze in, and now press all the way back and up. Last one here. Strangely, I can count on this one. So elbows bend, squeeze them in. Now pause for a moment. Can you pick up or cup your hands on the floor so you're pressing just on your fingertips? Now bend the elbows 2 inches more, squeeze them in. Go down 2 inches more, squeeze them in, and then press all the way up. From here, take your right hand, put it on top of your left hand, slide it ahead of that left hand. As you sit back towards your heels, let your left elbow bend and come down toward the floor. You can let your head drop down wherever's comfortable. Maybe it rests on that bent arm. But the right arm that's right ahead of you, I want you to keep that elbow off the floor and straight. And then I want you to think about being able to pull the right side of your pelvis back towards your right heel. And then pause and take a few deep breaths in and out here. All right, come on up. Put your right hand back under its shoulder. Take the left hand on top of the right hand, shoot it forward. Start to sit back and let that right elbow come down to the floor. Left arm stays long and straight. And then you're thinking of that left bum cheek coming back towards your left heel. And then a few breaths in and out here. Let's face it, you've earned it already, haven't you? And then come on up. And then come down onto your stomach. And place your, I'm going to go left hand on top of right just because that one's closest to camera. And in case you don't make sense of this, it'll make it easier for you to see it. Okay, so we've done head coming up, one arm and head, both arms and head. Now we're going to put a little bit of rotation into this. So your forehead rests on the back of your hands. You know all the stuff with the pelvis by now, but as a quick reminder, send your tailbone, that bone at the junction of the bum cheeks, towards your heels until you can feel the pubic bone anchor down. Then the ribs rest really lightly on the floor. From here, pick up your head and the top arm. Okay, now if you collapsed any of the pelvis or the ribs, fix that first. Tailbone to heels, ribs light. Now you're going to rotate toward the ceiling as if that elbow could go up, but I want the whole pelvis to stay anchored to the floor and then come back down. Take the right hand, put it on top of the left one or whatever is working for you right now. Fix the tailbone to the heels, ribs light. Find your lift, and if that's enough for you, go down or start to add on the twist. But remember, the pelvis doesn't move. Come back to center and change over. So as you come up, it's really tempting to lean off into one hip bone to try and find the twist more from your low back and less from your rib cage. So all I can say to you is the twist does not need to be big, but you're thinking, I'm going to the right now, like all the right front ribs coming off the floor and all the left front ribs coming down into the floor, but I'm not interested in anything else. Okay, balance off your sides, whatever you need to do to have done an even amount on both sides. And then once you've done that, I want you to turn onto your side for the side plank. And again, we're going to add on a little bit to this. So you have access to these videos for a while, so you can come in and out of this, build yourself up. I just want you to have progression so that you can use this for a little while. Elbows come under your shoulder. You know that the legs, I need to kick forward a bit. The legs need to come out completely straight with the shin bones back, and you know the tailbone tucked under. Okay, we'll do a basic one first. So if that's what you need, that's what you stay with. Arms wrap around your ribs, tail tucks under, ribs pull back. Exhale, lift your hip off the floor. Inhale to release down. Now we can add on to that by taking this top arm, extending, reaching. Find the tuck of your pelvis here, no bend in the hip joint to lower down. Then we added on to this, coming up and extending the top leg and then folding it and coming down. Let's repeat that one more time. Coming up, extending the top leg and coming down. And then today we're going to play a little bit with the bottom leg going to straight. The top leg is actually going to come in front with the foot onto the floor. Okay, And then give this a whirl and see whether you think you're ready to go here. So I like to take the top arm up, but you could wrap it around the rib cage. So as you exhale, coming up, inhale to come down. Exhale to come up, inhale, down. Last one, watch that supporting shoulder. Keep the shoulder blade locked down and back and let it release. Good job. Okay, let's go to the other side, which is never my fun side. It's always much harder to talk on this left side, that's for sure. Okay, so shoulder over elbow. And when you know it's not your fun side is where you really have to pay attention to form, because it's the only way to make changes over a period of time. So tailbone tucks under, stack the hips up, and then first one will wrap the arms around your ribs. So exhale, come up away from the floor. Inhale, let it come down. Then we could come up into this, extend the arm, find that tuck of the tail, come on down. And then you can get fancy, come up into it, extend the leg, and come on down. Now, as you do that, you don't throw everything you've learned out the window. So you want ribs in, tail under, because effectively it is a plank on your side. Okay, then from here, we can change this by extending the bottom leg, bring the top leg over, and stand the foot down. And this is negotiable. You can move this way you need to. So from here, coming up and coming down. And again, to come down. All right, last two. You can hear it in the voice. And come down. And last one. And come down. Good job. Okay, now from here, turn on to all fours. So up till now, we've done, well, up till now, for the first time yesterday, we did plank on forearms, and we're going to go between those two. But for some people, the high plank is a better place to start, and some people, the low plank. So let's play with them both and see where you go before we wrap today up. So spread out the fingers and thumbs, draw your shoulder blades wide. Now in full plank, your upper body position is everything. Okay, you start collapsing here, you're going to push the ribs forward, the stomach muscles are going to go on stretch, and they're not going to be able to help you out. So you want to pull your shoulder blades out wide, find length through your neck. Take one leg, extend it out, push out into the heel. Take the other leg and then tuck the tail down and under. Reach out through your heels as the crown of the head reaches away. Keep drawing the ribs up and tucking the tail under. And then let the knees come down to the floor. Sit back and take a counter stretch. Relax your head down. Breathe. Okay, now come forward onto your stomach. So you know your pull-up position, or I hope you do now, of fists back underneath your shoulders, elbows down by your side, head tucks in. So tail tucks under, ribs pull up, and then draw yourself up onto your elbows and knees. Make sure you have the tuck of the tail, the ribs in, and that your butt has not moved back and up. Now tuck the toes under, pick up your knees, push back into your heels. So from here, you just want to keep checking in. Heels reach back, head reaches forward, ribs pull up, tail goes under, breathing. And if you're already shaking, come down and take a break. Otherwise, we'll all do that. Drop the knees and drop back and down. Okay, use your hands to push up and then take a moment to sit back, counter stretch your spine here. Let your head relax back and down. And then roll yourself all the way up, sit off to one side as you thread the legs through. Now, sitting with two straight legs is often really challenging for people. So if you want to grab a block or a cushion or something to sit your bum up onto, please do that. So legs hip width apart, and then you're going to take your right leg and cross it over your leg. left leg. It doesn't really matter where, whether you're down by the ankle, shin, find something comfortable for now. Lock onto that left leg in whatever way works for you. So I quite like to just lock my elbow around my knee, but you could go under the back of the thigh. You can do the yogi elbow on the knee, whatever works. Take the other hand back behind you. Now this move takes in a few of the things that we've played with. So as you inhale, you want the two sides of the waist to lengthen and lift, like you did in the side lying work. And then as you exhale, deepen your twist. Now, up until now, I've been having you keep your chin in the middle of your chest to try and get your ribs to free up and move. Today, comfortably, let your head begin to look over your shoulder. And if there is no comfort in that, then don't do it. Leave your head where it is. Okay, now everybody flick your eyes right and left and go as fast as you can from one side to the other. Feels a bit weird, but just go for it. Okay, now pause and then grow a little taller and see if you can actually twist everything a little bit further. And then come on back to center. Let that right leg extend, take the left leg, cross it over. Lock onto that left leg in any way that's comfortable for you. Take the other hand behind you. I definitely want you to lengthen up, but lengthening up does not look like this. So when you lengthen, you're thinking of the two sides of your waist pulling longer. Find the twist and whatever is comfortable for your neck. Stay there and flick the eyes right, left, right, left, right, left. And then pause and see if you can twist a bit more. It's always magic, that, isn't it? And then come on back to center. And let's finish with one last roll up. But today, I want you to try now doing it with two straight legs. So arms reach forward, palms face towards each other. Exhale and start to roll back and down. But can you keep thinking of your heels pushing forward to counterbalance you? Go as far down as you think you can come up from. Take a breath in, exhale, roll back up. I have like a magic mat that's sliding with me today. All right, one more time. Doesn't matter where you get to. Maybe it's just back of your pelvis today. Maybe it's just shoulder blades. Maybe it's all the way down. Inhale. Exhale and smoothly roll your way all the way back and up to the top. And then you guys are done for today. Can you believe it? We only have one more day to go. So I will see you on the mat tomorrow. Hi, I really hope you enjoyed working out with me. I'd love to send you my free 30-minute Restore Your Whole Body Pilates program. All you need to do to receive that is just click the link below in the description or pinned into the top of the comments. That will take you straight through to a page where as soon as you enter your email address, you'll be given direct access to the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That's the fastest way to get a notification every time I post a new video here. And lastly, I love to make content, but it's really helpful to me if you can leave a comment telling me what you enjoyed about this video and what other content you would like me to create. Anything that you particularly want to work on, whether it's shoulder pain, neck pain, back pain, just leave me a comment. I'll check it out and I'll see what I can do. Thank you.